Hey guys! Since we have covered the tenses in Ukrainian, now is the right time to find out more about Ukrainian verbs. Because the thing is, they can be perfective or imperfective. So, if a verb is perfective, it means that the action has finished, it's complete, it's not happening anymore. Or it can be a single finished action that doesn't happen regularly. Я вимкнув світло. So in this case, the verb вимкнув is perfective, because I've turned the lights on, the action is complete, I have a result now. If the verb is imperfective, it means the opposite. The action is either unfinished, it's still in the process, or it's a repetitive action that happens regularly. For example, Я вмикав світло. In this case, the verb вмикав is imperfective because the action was still happening at that moment. It wasn't finished. A few more examples of perfective and imperfective verbs for you to compare. Писати means to write or to be writing, while написати means to have written. Читати means to read or to be reading, while прочитати means to have read. Казати to say or to be saying, сказати to have said. As perfective verbs denote an action that was already finished, so it was in the past, they cannot be used in the present tense, but they can be used in the future tense. If you watched the video about the future tense in Ukrainian, this word may look suspicious to you. It's different from the future forms that we discussed earlier. It's because we discussed only imperfective forms, and perfective forms may look a little bit different in the future tense. Have a look. There is going to be the second part of this video about the future forms of perfective verbs. But now, let's find out how you can tell that the verb is perfective. The first thing that can give you an idea that the verb is perfective is the prefix. So basically, we take an imperfective form and add prefixes like na, з, по, ви, роз, про to create a perfective form. Some verbs create perfective forms in a very irregular way. And some verbs get rid of their suffix to create a perfective form. The most interesting thing is that Ukrainian prefixes and suffixes are used not only to form perfective verbs, but they also change the meaning of the verb. There are many types of prefixes that are used very often. Писати, розписати, підписати, надписати, відписати, приписати, обписати, записати, списати, виписати, пописати. All the verbs in the list are perfective, but they all have different meanings. For example, писати means to write. Розписати means to have written, to have decorated, or to have written all over something. A little test for you. Look at these imperfective verbs. Now I'll add the prefix roz to them, and you'll try to understand what the new perfective verbs mean. A few seconds for you. Підписати means to have written under something or to have signed something, for example, a document. Під usually means below or under, although there are many exceptions. Now guess the meaning of these perfective verbs. Надписати means to have written above something, for example, a translation above the word, or to have marked something above. Відписати means to have written back. Від means away or out. Приписати means to have written something near something. При means near or close. Обписати means to have written something all over. Об, in this case, means all over. Записати means to have written something down. За means to finish something. Списати means to have written a copy of something. С or з also are used to denote a finished action. Виписати means to have written something out. Ви means out. Пописати means to have written a little bit or to have written all over. По, in this case, means a little bit or it can denote a finished action. Prefix does not always mean that the verb is perfective. Have a look at these examples. I hope this lesson can give you an idea how to understand or translate the verb correctly. There are many other prefixes and suffixes which will be discussed in the next videos. But that's it for today. See you in the next videos.